authorization had gone through, so that's great to know it was approved.
So it's been approved for 4-day inpatient stay for partial removal of large bowel.
I'm also getting like an endometriosis excision at the same time, so that means that I didn't require a prior auth for that part. Perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
That was really, really, really kind.
I've had like 8 surgeries in the past 2 years, and they've never reached out to me. They've never like offered to give resources. They've never, nothing. So that was cool.
Yeah. Okay. Get it.
You're only working on your core.
I mean, your core is attached to your whole body, so.
Right. There's a lot of like Pilates stuff that's with your core too, like underground, like just doing like focus on keeping your core tight.
I am. I could just do some like
Yeah,
this.
Russian twist.
Tomorrow is my pre-op with my endo excision, and then Tuesday is my pre-op with my colorectal surgeon. And my last surgery, which was my ostomy surgery, there were a lot of things that kind of went wrong that I just at all costs need to avoid this time. So I'm typing up basically like a, I don't know what you'd call it, like a cheat sheet that I'm going to print out like 50 copies of, and it's going to be in the hands of every single person that interacts with me while I get surgery and am inpatient. And I need to write that up because I want to give a copy to them at my pre-op and then also like discuss all these things so it's already in my chart and it's not like gonna be an issue day of, hopefully. I'm also gonna be doing a guava appointment prep because there's things that I want to talk about in my pre-ops that don't necessarily need to be on this sheet of paper that's going to be handed out to everybody. So we're going to be doing both at the same time because I know my brain's just going to be going like 1,000 miles an hour. So to start, I'm doing a new appointment. Let's do some auto prep. A pre-op appointment with my endometriosis excision surgeon that will be done in combination with total Colectomy. Okay, so I gave it my summary. It's asking what symptoms I'm experiencing that led to this surgery, if I've tried any medications, cramps. It auto-generated some questions. What is the post-op plan for managing pain effectively? That'll be a question to discuss with both surgeons and actually probably more so my colorectal surgeon. What are the potential complications or what ifs that could arise during surgery? Okay, any special requests that I have for after surgery? I'm saying in all caps, leave my Foley catheter. I'm actually just gonna use the same prep for both visits because why not? For more questions, what will my stoma revision look like? I want to ask about keeping a rectal stump versus a Barbie butt. Oh, I'm going to ask what will my incisions look like? Reuse my midline, question mark. Got another request. Epidural for pain management. So request order for IV fluids because last time I was admitted after surgery, they tried to take away my IV fluids because they didn't want me to become dependent on them, even though it's literally hydration and I have IV fluids for at home. What do I want them to know about me day of? Oh, I feel like my brain isn't working. I feel like I'm having like brain fog. There's nothing here. Okay, whatever. We'll come back to it later. Okay, I have my pre-op with my endo excision. In a few minutes, I'm about to join the video visit. I have my guava prep pulled up so that I have it next to me, know what I want to talk about and what I want to say. We're just gonna see how it goes. How are you? I feel like my periods are getting worse, like literally every time I have one. No, I see her tomorrow for my pre-op.
Okay. What I have you on schedule for is an exam under anesthesia. Nothing has changed with your pelvic organs like last. A diagnostic lap, I'm doing that thorough the entire pelvis, removing any endometriosis if it is there, injecting pelvic floor muscles with the numbing medication to see if that helps with some of that muscular. Removing the cyst off the ovary. And then I've got two possibles, possibly putting Marina in and possibly doing sacral neurectomy. And I want where you settle up on those two things.
And then what incisions are you going to use? Because the last time I talked to Feng, she was going to use my midline, scar that I already have to take out my colon. Are you going to need more like keyhole incisions besides that?
And otherwise, I'll see you really soon.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, 1 month exactly.
Okay.
Bye.
Anyway, she's pre-oping. I really love your outfit.
I just realized that if she wants to look at it.
Oh, you're getting undressed.
My period underwear?
Are you who? Are you in any pain today? Pretty much always, actually.
I was gonna say, I think last time you said that I look like I have some redundant colon or some too much colon. How long is it?
This is an N, and there's a mucus fistula right next to it. So I'm gonna draw your GI tract. In order to prevent that, when you're asleep before I start my part, then I'll have the urologist come in. Those are all the organs that, in the first part of the small intestines, but these are all the organs that we have to take off of the colon in order to get the colon out. But I would fire a stapler right here. We would have to make sure that your blood supply is really good to this, and then you would have a little tiny pouch right here.
So, I finished with my pre-op for my colectomy with my colorectal surgeon, and holy cow. So that appointment went a lot different than I was expecting, and apparently a colectomy is a lot bigger deal than I thought it was. She drew out the entire surgery. Oops, it's upside down. The entire surgery. Wow, there is a lot involved. I guess I'm more so scared for the recovery. It just seems like a lot tougher recovery than I was expecting. With my ostomy surgery, I was playing pickleball a week post-op. With my open bowel surgery, I was playing dodgeball 2 weeks post-op, and I felt good. Like, it was tough, but I bounced back fast and I started to feel good. And she was telling me that I can't even drive after my colectomy for a month. And then when I was asking her for reassurance in certain areas of this whole process and like what we're going to be doing, I just felt like I wasn't really getting it. I was also unaware that the way that my stoma was formed, I have an end ileostomy, but I have a piece of my large intestine brought up and sewn along my stoma. So I have like my stoma and then a small piece of colon to help get mucus and like back pressure out. And I guess in order to get that piece of my colon taken off of my current stoma, she would have to just redo my entire stoma. I did not know that that was what was gonna have to happen. I don't want that to happen. I like my stoma how it is. So then she's like, oh, well, we can just staple off your intestine where the mucosal fistula is underneath and then leave you a little pocket of intestine, and then you'll keep your mucosal fistula that's with your stoma. But how will that part of my intestine not die? Where is it getting its blood supply? Forgot to ask that. I was just like so like thrown off by everything that was happening and all the information that I didn't have that I was just now learning. So my endosurgeon is doing a peer-to-peer with my insurance as we speak because they denied the endo excision part of my surgery based on the fact that it should be an outpatient procedure, yet I'm scheduled to stay inpatient. So instead of them like literally taking 2 seconds to look at my file and see that another surgeon made a surgery request for the same day and deduced that they're probably being done at the same time, and that's why I'm staying inpatient, they are requiring my surgeon to take time out of her schedule to do a peer-to-peer, meet with them while she tells them, oh, I know this is only an outpatient procedure, but she's literally getting it at the same time as the colectomy, and I just need to wait to hear if they decide that that's a good enough reason. And if not, then my case manager has an appeal all ready to send. But this is why I wanted them to submit for prior authorization a long time ago and not literally a month before, because shit like this happens. And then insurance is like, oh, we can legally take 30 days to approve or deny. I don't have 30 days because they waited until 30 days before to submit it, so.
And when did they cancel?
They
call you today?
They haven't called me yet. I read it in my chart summary from Maggie's office. Pre-op will return, or will call patient to inform them of their decision. My surgery is like 2.5 weeks away. It's already going. I already got approval from both of my surgeons.
If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. This call may be monitored for quality assurance.
So I have surgery with her and with colorectal in 2 weeks, and they were getting cardiology clearance because I pass out from my periods and the pain that I have with my endometriosis. And my cardiologist gave clearance, but stated that they decided that they want to cancel my surgery anyways, because I pass out on my periods, but this surgery is specifically to treat my endometriosis, so I will stop passing out and having pain on my periods. So I basically need doctor to, I don't, like, override it, I guess, or, like, not let them cancel it.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You need to stop having symptoms so then we can do surgery on you to help you stop having symptoms.
Also, they're like, well, she didn't come pick up her heart monitor she's supposed to do for her period. How am I supposed to go do it when I literally can't get out of bed? How am I supposed to go to the office and have an appointment when I can't get out of bed?
Where are you?
Well, that's why I was calling.
Oh, God.
They are trying to cancel my surgery because I pass out on my period.
What?
So because I pass out on my period, that makes it unsafe for me to have surgery to fix the thing that makes me pass out on my period.
Hi, you've just had 8 fucking surgeries in the last year. It's not like it's a fucking problem with anesthesia.
That's exactly who's trying to cancel it.
Resolving the problem because that is why you're passing out.
It's anesthesia and pre-op that's trying to cancel it.
This was their meeting that they were supposed to have today?
No, they did that yesterday. That was separate with insurance because insurance denied it the first time because it's supposed to be outpatient, not inpatient. And so my surgeon met with insurance and was like, no, the only reason that it's labeled as inpatient is because she's also getting a colectomy at the same time. And I don't know. I still haven't heard back from that even.
That is actually one of the most whack things. I'm so pissed for you, dude.
The surgical team feels this surgery is relatively elective and that it would be in the patient's best interest to postpone until her syncope is fully worked up. They will reach out to the patient to inform her of this decision.
Oh, you're passing out because of the pain that you're getting from the endo. But we're going to say that it's actually elective because we're scared to operate because we don't know how endo works. So we're just going to cancel your surgery.
Oh, and then the nurse who my cardiologist talked to and who I had the pre-op appointment with and who's the one that said we're going to cancel the surgery, I went to call her office and first of all waited on hold for a half an hour, and then they're like, oh, she only works Mondays and Wednesdays and she actually called out sick for tomorrow, so next time she's in is on next Monday. Excuse you? Sorry that you only work Mondays on a fucking full moon, but you can't just make a note that you're going to cancel my surgery and then go MIA. And, like, I feel so overwhelmed and I feel so just, like, beaten down. Like, imagine how other people feel on the daily. Like, how in the hell are we supposed to handle and manage this? Oh, I'm sorry. The surgery that's supposed to improve my quality of life, you're just going to cancel it because my quality of life is bad?
This will get figured out, because if not, you're dealing with the wrong people.
Yeah, I'm going to swing. And I still don't even have an answer about insurance.
An absolute shit show. I'm sorry that you have to deal with this on top of, having to process the surgery that is inevitably going to happen.
Exactly.
They're just pushing against you.
So the peer-to-peer that was supposed to happen yesterday got canceled because insurance realized that they were being dumb and that they were denying a surgery for being inpatient when it was combined with a surgery that was already approved for inpatient. So we've gotten the insurance side taken care of, which is usually the hardest part. And now I just need to figure out why they're trying to cancel my surgery for fainting when the endo is what makes me faint. It's never easy. And literally this vlog was supposed to be about like my actual prep for the surgery, and it's turning into just me fighting with everybody to keep my surgery on the schedule.
I think the best guess is probably the vasovagal. It's not that the surgery isn't necessary, it's that it's not urgent in the way that like a cancer is. But I think that they feel like it can be postponed safely. So I know that is very disappointing. The best next step is to coordinate with Maggie to try to get the heart monitor on so that we can try to capture one of those events.
Well, I'm really frustrated that no one had a conversation with me about how I feel in my body with these things. Because I had an appointment with Maggie less than a month ago, and she cleared me. She said that I was fine. I told her about my surgery. She said I was fine to go through with my surgery. I had my pre-op with her. She knows about it. I've been talking to her about my syncope episodes for months, and she said it was fine. I had my pre-op with, and she said it was fine. And the whole reason that these are happening is because of my endo. Like, I am only passing out on the first day of my period because of the pain that I'm in. And I went to the ER when it happened, and they cleared me. Like, they literally sent me home saying that I was crazy because this was happening. So I feel like I've done what I can. And the only thing that's going to make it better is having this surgery, and I've waited years and months for this surgery, and I'm not going to be able to get rescheduled for probably until fall because I need both surgeons' schedules. And, like, I can't keep experiencing this. Like, I can't keep living in this pain and this quality of life that I have. And I have to be babysat because I can't be by myself when this is happening, and it didn't seem super concerning to anybody for the past year when I've been trying to say something, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to get the surgery that's going to help it, and it's being canceled, and that's it's more than disappointing, it's like devastating. I just don't understand where the miscommunication went wrong. Well, you've done monitors in the past, you've done 3. I had an echo recently, I had an EKG, I went to the ER last time that it happened, so I don't understand why now it's such a big deal. And I've been fainting since 2015, like it's been 10 years that I've been dealing with fainting, and I've had 8 surgeries in the past 2 years, and it hasn't ever been a problem. Since then, I was having this specific episode with my ostomy surgery last year with Dr. and it wasn't an issue then. So I just don't see how that is the safest decision when I can't even be left alone, and I feel like I don't have any quality of life right now. And the safest decision, supposedly, that was made without me is to go ahead and cancel the surgery. But to me, that feels like the complete opposite of safe. Like, I don't feel safe in the current body and the symptoms that I'm experiencing. So that just feels very unfair and devastating to me as the patient who's been trying to do all of the right things and go down all of the right avenues. I leave every appointment with clearance and approval, and then there's all these things that happen without me being involved in the discussion, and then I just am notified 2 weeks before my surgery that it's canceled. People literally like turn their whole lives upside down to do these surgeries, and that's what I've been doing because I have been preparing my body and my life to have this surgery because I just know that it will improve my quality of life. From Maggie's note, it doesn't sound like she was advocating to cancel or postpone the surgery, and that's also not what we discussed in my appointment. She was fine with me going through surgery, and in her note after she talked with you, it doesn't say that she was advocating to postpone the surgery.
She was supportive of getting further testing.
To me, that doesn't seem to equate with advocating to postpone the surgery.
So I have to take what she says along with what I think our anesthesia team will do. And I've escalated it to our anesthesia lead in our clinic.
If I went back and talked to Maggie and she called you back and said I give approval for her to go through with the surgery, would that change anything?
I mean, if you want to talk to Maggie and try to talk through with, I mean, I guess I feel like at this point, what I have, the information that I have is that recommendation is to postpone. If cardiology comes back with like, you know, no further testing is indicated, then perhaps there's some wiggle room to change.
Like, I feel like this is just a misunderstanding about what this is. Or I've been lied to in all of my appointments, either one.
You clearly know your body very well, and you've gone through a lot already. It becomes between the surgeon and the anesthesia to proceed the day of surgery. They're taking cardiology's, you know, recommendations into account as they're moving forward.
Okay. So if cardiology and my surgeons said that they were comfortable moving forward, then otherwise I have to do the monitor that I asked for and wasn't even recommended to me, and then try to get back on the schedule after those results, which are going to come back normal, which will be probably October because I'm working with 2 specialist schedules. So that's like 6 or 7 periods between now and then where this will be happening over and over again after a normal test result. It's just crazy because in my however many years, you know, no one really cares that much. Just look into this stuff and I have to advocate, and then finally someone cares enough and it's actually screwing me over, and I was left out of the conversation.
When you called cardiology, they actually felt that it was better to wait on surgery. Cardiology said that it's not clear the etiology of the fainting episode.
Yeah, that's not true. Like, I called cardiology this morning. I talked to my cardiologist, and I have an entire MyChart message from them and an official letterhead saying that I am 100% cleared for surgery, and they did not tell anesthesia that. They said that they told anesthesia that there's no reason to cancel my surgery. Cardiology-wise, I'm completely cleared to go. And then anesthesia told me that cardiology said I wasn't clear, and then they told my surgeons that cardiology said I wasn't clear. So it's anesthesia that is not being either truthful or they're misunderstanding the message. But I have multiple methods of documentation from my cardiologist that I am completely cleared, and they're saying that there's no reason that my surgery should be canceled.
It needs to be something official that you can.
They faxed it to anesthesia. My cardiologist is also going to be calling her again to say what she said the first time, that I'm cleared for surgery.
Cardiology needs to be communicating.
But they have. They have very clearly communicated, and anesthesia is the one that misconstrued the message. This is supposed to be patient advocacy. Yeah, that would be great. I just need it to, I think, get escalated to someone that's not. I'm not sure that I trust any communication that's going to anybody through her.
Your cardiology is telling you one thing, and Christine heard something else. So we need to get clarification to get a third party in there to better understand what's happening. So
Yes.
Sorry for all the frustration.
It's really frustrating and stressful to deal with just 2 weeks out.
Looks like it was documented as a history of anesthesia complications. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. That's kind of I guess what I'm saying is that I feel like what is being told to her is being misconstrued from all angles, from me, from my cardiologist, from the surgeons.
Able to have more clarification as to next steps by the end of the week.
Okay, so by Friday, who should I contact if I haven't heard anything?
I will contact you Friday.
And then I will be hearing from this number. Is this your direct number? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Nope, I think that was it. Oh my gosh. That was patient advocacy, bro. You want to talk about me fainting and that being a problem? You guys are making me faint. You guys are making me have a cardiac event. I'm having a cardiac event because of you. Yep, all good to go.
We're fine.
I'm literally I'm seeing stars. I can't. So my surgery is officially back on and officially in exactly 2 weeks. And that was so stressful and so frustrating to be dealing with 2 weeks out from a major surgery. Literally everybody was on board except that one pre-op anesthesia nurse for whatever reason. I have no idea. But I got so many messages from my surgeons and my surgeons' offices and my cardiologist saying that they are so sorry for all of the miscommunication and all of the frustration and how stressful it must have been. So I'm gonna keep on going for prepping for the surgery in 2 weeks. There it is. Probably just need a small bottle. Let me get some of these. Oh boy. Just kidding. Some friends and family are coming to stay with me to help take care of me after I'm recovering. So I always have this like little guest basket in our guest room. That's where I'm at. So here's the basket. We have snacks and everything here. These are like heat patches, lidocaine patches. These are like cute little eye masks and some pain cream, some lotion. This is all like extra bath stuff. These are extra pillowcases in case theirs get dirty. Mini little lint roller. These are bath bombs. Some CBD oil. That is some bath salts. And then over here we have some electrolytes. These are also electrolytes. These are dry mouth kind of things, I guess if your mouth gets dry. Gum. At the bottom, toothpaste tablets in case someone forgets toothpaste. We don't have to go through a bunch of tubes of toothpaste. So this basket lives over here in the guest room. And this is kind of where all my stuff is going to accumulate until surgery, because this is just like the most space that I have to get everything together. I just had my second pre-op appointment with my colorectal surgeon. They made me another appointment because I had my chart message them a bunch of like specific questions. And so like it's just easier if you meet with her. We went through all of my questions and she literally just wrote down all of my requests like in her plan. So now when people look at the plan, they'll see that, which I'm so grateful for because hopefully that'll keep things from getting all messed up. So my surgeon said I'm supposed to be eating between 75 and 90 grams of protein every day until my surgery. So here's my chicken that I'm trying to use to get protein in. Oh gosh, it's so good. I need to show you this protein drink I found. It's a whey protein, but the key is that it's a clear protein. I have always struggled with protein drinks. I feel like they're always disgusting and thick, and my sensory issues and GI tract could not handle it. But this has been so great. This is what it looks like. I just have it with ice. It's better with ice, but it literally tastes like Kool-Aid. Okay, so I have my post-surgery cart set up with all of my stuff. This is heat, comfort items, period underwear, and like support abdominal bands and like stoma bands. This is all my port stuff, medications, other pain relief like heat patches, creams, etc. And then snacks and fidgets and random just like more like cleanliness items. So that's already some of the stuff I actually do have to pack into my hospital bag because I only have one of it. So some of the stuff will be coming out and going in my bag. Okay, I just finished doing this cute little bag that I'm gonna wear to surgery. I think that it'll be funny and the surgical team will think that it's cute.
Maybe let it sit there for a minute.
Okay. Taking the second round of my antibiotics. Can you take them with me, Timmy? Cheers. L is for the way you look. TH. Do you remember how to spell pictures? I hope. Just got here. Gonna go check in. Here we go.